the system, the school system, the job system, the government system. We are raised with a series of systems from the time we're born. The healthcare system. Healthcare used to be called hospital. Healthcare, as if your body can't take care of its own health. It's amazing how you cut your finger, break a bone. Does the healthcare system heal that? Or does it heal itself? Sometimes we need help from a doctor or a nurse or some medicine. But who actually does the healing? It's that healthcare provider within you. But we are raised to believe that every time something's wrong with us, we have to run to the doctor. We're raised to believe that we have to get a high school education to get a good job. We're raised to believe that when you get to be about 50, you need to start thinking about slowing down and retiring. These are all programs given to us from the time we're born, or we would say projected upon us, or pushed upon us, or repeated to us over and over and over again, thousands of times through social media, through TV, through billboards. Now, you don't always pay attention to it, but your subconscious mind never misses a thing. And 95% of what you do is done subconsciously. You think you do it consciously, but only 5% of your actions throughout the day are done with your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind has picked up everything in your environment from the time you were born until now. And that is the motor or the engine running your life. What is the agenda of these organizations or institutions that are telling you that you can't get a good job unless you get a high school education? You can't get a really good job unless you go to university. You can't stay healthy unless you get a checkup every year. Who does that benefit? Now, they play it out like it benefits you, like they care about you, like they're concerned about you. But their concern is their own agenda, just like yours is. You have your own agenda, but are you living by your own agenda, or do you have an agenda that you adopted or that you allowed to infiltrate your mind, your subconscious mind that's running your life right now? You need to stop and think about that. You have a choice. You're an adult now. You didn't have much of a choice when you were a child. But think about that. All the authority figures told you you need to do this, you need to do that. We are imposed with limitations from the time we're born, and some of them with good intentions. Your parents don't want you to be hurt, so they tell you you can't do this, you can't do that, you better not do this, you may fail if you try that. And that's something else, failure. We are taught in school, for sure, that failure is a bad thing. What have they taught us in school? I think it's great that we learn how to read and write, add and subtract. These things are necessary. But other than that, most of the things you and I learn in school, we've forgotten. We don't even use. Now, if you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or an architect, some of these things are necessary that you need to go beyond reading, writing, and adding and subtracting. But you learn more when you go to do these things. I have a friend of mine who's a multi-millionaire, and he's doing a job, well, I call it more of a career. He's managing a company. And before that, he managed a giant company. And he doesn't have a college education, but everyone he worked with did have. And he was told that he had to have a college education, a university degree, to get to where he is today. But guess what? He didn't have it. This is another limitation the system puts on you because they want you to go to the university. Who benefits from that? Do you? how many of the subjects you have to study and learn to get your degree in whatever field you desire to be in have nothing to do with the field you're going to be in. But they say you have to have it and charge you $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. They put you in severe debt. If you took that same amount of money or a quarter amount of that money and invested in getting mentored from someone who is successful in a field that you desire to be in, the money would be much better spent. But you can't do that. You have to borrow the money, and it can only be used for one thing. So people do that because they've been told that you have to get a university degree. I know many people that have a college degree and are working at Ameren Electric, Quiver River Electric. They're managing a restaurant or doing something, a job that has nothing to do with their degree. So what did it accomplish? And then we have a lot of women going back and getting the master's, a bachelor's degree. And what is that doing for them? Putting them farther into debt. I talked to a woman the other day, she's got to be 50. And I think she went back and got her whatever degree. She works at the local hardware store. So has she even, has her, we'll say her career that she got from all these degrees, this education, even paid for the amount of student loans she had to take out? I think she told me she was still paying, or just paid her student loan off. She's got to be 50, 54. And she's working in a hardware store. I'm not sure. School teachers don't make a lot of money. I admire them for what they do, and I don't blame them for the way the system is set up. But we teach children limits from the time they start school to the time they finish. You can't do this. You got to get this education. You got to get that. Everybody is different. I'm a high school dropout. I've raised these 6 kids by myself for the last 10 years. I've ran a business. I started this YouTube channel. I've published 2 books. Now, I will say I was grateful to have 2 years of typing in school. I did well at that because I could use my hands. And I like shop and different things like that. But I flunked all the other classes after the 6th or 5th grade because it was the same thing over and over again. Now, I'm not telling you to quit school if you're a young man. But what I am telling you is to go for what you want to do. I mean, find something that you like to do or that interests you and learn about that. Legally, you have to go to school, so go until you don't have to go anymore or until you graduate, whatever you desire to do. But what interests you? What interested me was construction, something. I liked architecture. I enjoyed metal, shop, woodworking. I like doing things with my hands, and thus I got into the construction business. I have a painting company now. I've been doing that for a long time. I enjoy that. I've remodeled a couple of old houses and sold them. I can do about anything around the house. I like that. What society doesn't really put out there is that these skilled trades make much more than a lot of those people that have got their degrees in education and work in, let's say, the university field, or teachers, professors. These plumbers, electricians, painters, carpenters, they're well into the 6-figure-a-year job. If it's a job where you start your own business like I did, that's more than the teachers make. That's more than a lot of people with university degrees make. Much more. And then there's always other things you can do also. Like I said, I've published a couple books. I have this YouTube channel, and it's growing thanks to you guys. So just keep an open mind and don't be so ready to believe what all the people who supposedly know tell you. Look at their life. Do you want a life like they have? Are they happy? Are they fit? Are they emotionally stable? Do they seem like their life is good? Really, the proof is in the pudding. Do they have what you want? Find someone who has what you want and beat down his doorstep with questions. Get him to mentor you, or her if you're a girl. Find someone who has the kind of life that you want and emulate them. Learn from them. Don't just follow the the status quo of the masses unless you want what the masses have. Then just do what everybody else does. And don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe what I hear. Take what you need and leave the rest. Try it. If it works for you, fine. If it don't, discard it. Not everything I share with you is going to work for you. It will help some of you, and some of you it won't. And now I have someone coming up the steps to the door. So I'm going to cut it off here, and I'll wish you a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.